Be cautious. Be cautious. Keep yourself in centered, okay? You gotta keep yourself centered because right now, Aries, I'm telling you, the devil is working around you. I'm hearing they are here to make you feel and think that what's wrong is right and vice versa. What's right is wrong. This person is coming to you because the devil is sending them to you. That's the thing. The devil is sending this person to you to make you believe what's right is wrong and wrong is right. The devil wants you. The devil sees your power. The devil sees what you bring into the earth. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. The devil doesn't like it. The devil's been keeping an eye on you, and he does not like what you are promoting. He does not like what it is that you are spreading. The devil's watching you. It could be online, doesn't have to be. Okay? This could be in your circle, your neighborhood. You know, every time you go out, catch the bus, every time you go to the store. He's watching you because he doesn't like what it is that you're spreading. You're spreading something, you're going out into the world, and I'm hearing like you're so polite. You're so loving. You're so mature. You know, you make people around you feel good. That's what it is. You're making people feel good. You're making people feel like they need to straighten up and be appropriate. You know, we live in a world where, people are so inappropriate. People even do things in front of children. They don't care. They don't think about what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. You know, I've seen kids in very, very bad situations that shouldn't be there, around people that they shouldn't be around. And the parents are taking them, they don't think nothing of it. Okay? I'm going to leave it at that. But the thing is that, see, people are so comfortable with being inappropriate and saying things that they shouldn't be saying. And then you come around and you make people want to be better, do better, be more loving toward each other. It's kind of it's contagious. It really is. And it's kind of like that thing where, you go around, you smile at somebody, you say good morning, good evening. You're just passing, hi, good morning. And that person smiles back, hi, good morning, you know? And then that person feels better because they've been acknowledged. We live in a very fast pace, especially if you're in the United States, okay? We live in a very fast paced society. And people just feel like they just don't have time to be polite. Everybody has time to be polite. That's just an excuse, really. The thing is, the devil wants to send this person to you to stop you. Because you're showing people around you that they could have a good life. Something that you're saying, something that you're promoting, you're showing people that they can have a good life. Might not be the life that they're accustomed to, but you're showing them that they could have a good life. And it's all about attitude. It's all about connecting with other people, being considerate, being polite. Something about this is very big here. Something about, it's just eating up at this devil that's watching you. And this person that they're sending to you is somebody that wants to confront you. So Aries, you got to be ready for it. Because this person wants to put you in the spot, publicly in the spot. They want you to act a fool. So you'll be embarrassed. You won't even show your face for the next 3 months. You know what I'm saying? They want you to do something so you'll feel like you can't even go back. You won't be able to go back to wherever this place is. Okay? Doesn't matter where it is. Maybe it's in church. Maybe it's in your job. Maybe, it's at the store, whatever. A store that you go to every day, the coffee shop that you love going to. Something like that. They want to make sure that you're going to be so embarrassed that you will never go back to that place. Why? Because you're influencing the people around you just by being polite and nice and having manners. Can you believe it? You know, I'm not surprised that this is coming across my table. I am not surprised because people nowadays, you hear so many stories about people who are being very rude with each other, in each other's faces, combative. You know, it's contagious. It really is contagious. You go into, it's the Japanese say it. You go into a room and you read the room. You know, the Japanese say this all the time. Well, when the Japanese say it, it usually is about, you know, like if you go into a room and everybody's being quiet, like if you go on the train and everybody's being quiet and, it's very silent, everybody's just being peaceful. You go into that room, they're saying like you should read the room and be quiet too. Keep your voice down. Don't interrupt other people. Things like that, right? The point I'm trying to make about this is that when you go into a room and you read a room, if the room is loud, you're going to be loud. If the room is chaotic, you're going to end up feeling chaotic. You're going to feel aggressive, right? See, you're walking around with this zen around you, and it's nothing that, yes, it is part of it is your politeness, and yes, it is that you acknowledge people and you're considerate, and it is that too, but it's more than that, Aries. That's the thing. It's the way that you move, it's the way that you talk, it's the way that you look around. There's just something about you that just makes, it's giving me this monk type of vibe. You remember the monks, we used to have them at the airport. I haven't seen them in a long time, but the real monks, not the fake ones that were trying to force people to donate money. Those aggressive ones, right? Those weren't real. I'm talking about the ones that, they walk around peaceful, they're quiet. I don't want to say timid because I don't think that's the right word, but I think you get my idea. Okay? There's something about you. See, and that's why this devil wants to send this person to you. And guess what? It's not going to be the first one because you're going to be tested. They're going to test you. They're going to test you to see how far they can push you. They're going to test you to see how far they can go with you and pull you down. Pull you down to their level. Make you want to start talking like a street thug. You know, they want to make you angry so you'll start talking like a sailor. Cursing and raising your voice and stomping your feet and just carrying on. They want you to act a fool. You know, they really do. They want you to act a fool. Something you're doing right. I'm gonna tell you, it's more than this, okay? Something about the way that you raised your children is very significant. The way that you treat your family is very significant. The devil knows it, all right? The way that you are very righteous. Let me see, righteous. In other words, you want to do what's right, you know? The way that you want to always do what's right, even if it's hard as hell. I'm hearing you always want to do what's right. And ooh, the devil don't like it. I'm hearing you have some really strong bonds with people. You have a very loving nature with people. You're very easygoing. You got people around you that really like you, and you create these really solid bonds. I'm hearing like if people sit down and talk to you, they really like you. They bond with you. You're easy to bond with. That's what I'm hearing. You're so easy to bond with that you could easily become a leader. Like people can really relate to what you're saying. This is why the devil wants you to come down. Because the devil knows that you have it in you to become a great leader. And because of that, the devil sees you as this huge, I'm talking huge opponent, competition. You see? Now, the devil, something's coming to you. There's a reason why you're going to be celebrating. Something's coming. I see you being very thankful for everything that you have in your life. I see you celebrating something, and I see you mentioning the things that you're appreciated for, right? The things that you really appreciate in your life, like family, home, whatever it is that you appreciate, right? And the thing is that spirit wants you to deny something. Okay? There's something here where spirit wants you to deny something. It looks like a person. It looks like a person that's going to come towards you. It's going to be sent by the devil. Okay? And spirit wants you to deny this person. This person's going to come to you and they're going to act like they're your friend. They're going to agree with you on so many things. If you listen to country music, they're going to listen to country music. If you're into Tejano, then they're going to be like, oh, I listen to Tejano too, right? This person that's coming to you, this is another person actually. Okay, so this is another person. So the devil's sending you several people. One's going to come at you and they're going to try to get you upset. The other one is going to come towards you and it's going to be a friend. Yeah. Huh. And this person is going to offer you something you're to reject it. Okay? Reject it, because if you take it, what I'm seeing here, it's going to end up causing you to have too much on your plate. It's not a bad thing, okay? This thing that they're going to offer you, it's not going to be like a bad thing. It could be a pet. It could be a pet. It could be something that is going to. It's going to be something that's going to need care. Okay, it's going to be something that's going to need your attention. It's going to be something that's going to need your time, like a pet. It's the only thing I can think of. Okay, it's going to be something that's going to add to your plate, something that's going to add to your responsibilities on a daily basis. Okay, something like that. So spirit is wanting you to reject it because your plate is going to be full already. Something is coming, and I'm hearing your plate is going to be already full. In other words, you're going to be talking, doing a lot of talking to people. Okay, it could be people that you've bonded with, family members, and it could also be strangers. But you're going to be very busy bonding with people. So yeah. So that's why spirit doesn't want you to accept this thing. I think it's an animal. I think it's going to be a pet. Okay? Right now is not a time for you to take on a pet that is, it could be like a monkey or something. I'm trying to think what it could be, but like a pet that's going to require a lot of attention. Well, it depends on you really, Aries, because some people think like dogs, need a lot. Um, some people do think that, dogs require a lot of attention. Um, but of course, if it's a fish, it's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a level of responsibility. So whatever this pet is, or whatever this thing is, it's gonna have like a level of responsibility that can end up distracting you. Okay. So when it comes and spirit is saying, you might want to take it because you're not going to want to be rude or something like that, to just explain to the person that you just can't right then. Right now, you just can't. Maybe in the future, but just right now, you just can't. Okay? Whatever it is. I want to say a dog, but I don't think it's a dog. Okay? It has to be something, because I don't think a dog is something that, of course you love on them and everything, but it's not like something that's a big responsibility that's going to like weigh you down. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're in a very unless you are already a very busy person, then I could see where having a dog would, you know, add to your daily responsibilities, right? Like if you're too busy and you don't have a partner or something, okay, so just take it as it resonates for you guys, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and move on. But anyways, so spirit is wanting you to reject that, okay? To really consider, how much time and energy you're going to put into that before you accept it, if you do decide to accept it, okay? Now, there is something that's coming toward you where, like I said, right is going to be wrong and wrong is going to be right. So do keep yourself morally grounded. Check in and make sure that you are not allowing somebody to influence you. The devil is a very tricky person. Okay? The devil can really make you see things backwards. You know what I'm saying? Is a very tricky person. I don't want to go into too much detail about that. Because I know everybody has their own opinions about things, so I'm not gonna go too deep into this part, okay? Just double check, make sure that your opinions align with your moral codes. Okay? That's what I will say. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. Make sure that whatever moral code that you stick by, make sure that whatever this is, that they're not going to shade your opinion. I know that there's in everything in life there's always this gray area, right? There's right and wrong, and then there's a gray area. Okay. For instance, a gray area. A man, his family is starving to death, so he goes into the store and steals. Yes, stealing is wrong, but I mean, his family is literally starving. Okay, like his kids, you could see their ribs, you could see they're hungry. That's where this gray area is, right? That's what I'm going to say, okay? Like, the devil is going to come and trick you into this gray area to make you feel like everybody that does this is right when it actually is wrong. Okay? Not everybody who goes in the store and steals is stealing because they are literally starving, right? Some people steal, they could be rich. I've seen rich people. I used to work in security. I have seen rich people, driving brand new cars, and they still steal. They still, STIL, they still go around stealing things that don't belong to them, right? This is what the devil's going to trick you on, okay? So you can't let the devil lower your vibration. What I'm hearing, Aries, is that you have been through a lot. I'm hearing that you have been tested. The universe has tested you on so many levels that you are coming out as the Empress in this reading. You are the Empress. You have excelled so high. And now, because you have excelled so high, the devil wants to come in and knock you down. What I mean is, I'm talking about spiritually, I'm talking about morally. He wants to loosen your morals, okay? To make you feel. See, the thing is that's how the devil works, okay? He's gonna come in and he's gonna make you feel like this is okay. So once you accept this, right? Let's say whatever it is, right? You accept this evil deed, right? And then it's like, oh, okay, so we got Aries accepting that. So now we can get Aries to accept this evil deed. You see? And before you know it, you're going in that direction because you got to draw the line, Because if you don't draw the line, then the line becomes blurry. Okay? So this is why Spirit wants me to tell you all this and let you know you've already been tested. The universe has tested you. You have learned your lessons. You've done the spiritual work. Okay? You've done the healing that you needed to do to make you a stronger person. You've gone through so many levels already. And this is why the devil's like, oh, no, 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 no. I'm here to make sure that I make, yeah, Aries could be an empress, but I'm gonna make Aries an evil empress. You see? Haven't y'all ever heard of evil empress and evil emperors? And you're like, how did they become an emperor and how did they become an empress if they're evil? Because the devil came in and they allowed it. You'll look in the history books. There's good and there's bad, right? You look in the history books, you'll see it. They allowed the devil to trick them. And then they became horrible people. If you read the history books, right? Right now, you're in the light, right? You're over here in the light. The devil don't want you in the light. The devil wants you over here. Wants you on their team. Yeah. He wants you to be the empress. You know, he wants you to be at that level because then you can communicate with people. You can influence people because he knows that you're a leader. You have it in you. You could influence people. You're not even trying to influence people, and you already are influencing people. You see? You go into the store, like I said, you smile, somebody smiles back at you. You are already doing it. And you're not even putting a lot of effort into it. You know, it's just coming natural to you. You know, because you're so used to doing this. You're so used to saying hi to your neighbors. You're so used to being this kind of person. You know? But see, if the devil could get you to be that charismatic, that kind of influential, and then use it for what he wants, he feels like, ooh, unstoppable. He'll turn everybody thinking, you know, what's right is wrong and what's wrong is right. You see? Yes. All right, Aries, this is your message. Make sure you draw that line between your moral code. Okay? Stick to your moral code. That's what Spirit wants me to tell you. Stick to your moral code. Make sure that you are not wandering off into the gray area. Yes, there's times when the gray area, okay, like I said about the man stealing from the store because his family's starving. There is a gray area, but just be careful. Be careful with what you accept, okay? Be careful with your opinions because opinions are very strong. When one person has an opinion, it's contagious. Another person will take that opinion, okay? Be careful with how you're allowing people to influence you because when you start accepting things, you don't even realize you're being influenced. You understand? You see what I'm saying? And we all got to work on this. You know, me too. We all got to work on this. Okay, you got angel number 99 and 0. It says it is time to get to work on the realization of your soul's mission in life. Wow. Oh gosh, that goes with this readings. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so it's time, Aries. It's time to get to work on the realization. So it makes me feel like you don't even realize what your soul's mission is in life yet. Okay? What I'm hearing is you need to go ahead and start working on that, right? You have a higher purpose in this life that is yours and only yours to fulfill. You see? Unleash your true power. I am courageous. So do put that in the comment section. I am courageous. You got angel number 0. It says, there is no beginning and no end. All is infinite. It is time to develop your spiritual side. I think Spirit wants you to work on it more. Okay? You are gaining new sight and understanding of both godly and earthly things. I am limitless. So put that in the comment section, guys. Okay? And be careful, because there is a gray area. And once you go into that way, it's a trap, because you will stick there maybe for like 20 years. And then in 20 years down the road, you're going to look back and say, what happened to me? What? How did I end up here? You see? That's what's going to happen. And then you're going to realize it's because of this point that Ninja was talking about. It was when you're going to realize it's because you didn't draw that line in the sand, and you got to stick to your moral code. Okay? Yes, there's going to be times when we could be sympathetic toward people. Okay? But we got to keep that line. There has to be a line there, because if we keep making excuses, or if we keep being sympathetic, before we know it, we're going to be way over here. Okay? Anyways, thank you for joining me. I do hope that this helps you out. I hope that it gives you some kind of guidance, especially for where your life is heading. Okay? Catch me in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all take care now. Bye bye.